Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new series I'm going to be starting. We're going to be talking about how to beat decks because I've realized in my past videos I've just kind of shit on decks. I've kind of said, "Oh, well, this deck's really bad. Fifth Omnis is unbalanced. Hara Hara's bullshit," but I've never talked how to deal with this because they're in the game, and it's just how do you fight it. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. Since the Ace season is so fresh and it's actually a really great time to be playing the game, it's just helpful to tell people how all these decks can still be competitive and beat decks that you think are too strong. So I'm going to be doing a few of these. It's my brand new series, and I'm hoping you guys will enjoy them. Um, we're going to start off in just a second here. So we're going to start with the main weapon of the deck because this kind of sets in motion everything. The weapon has the equipped cost 1 life. It's called Excel Blade God Slash Kanasade. It has a power 10,000, crit 1, defense 6,000. You cannot call monsters to your center. This card on your field cannot be destroyed or returned to hand, and all Blade Dancers on your field cannot be rested by your opponent's card effects, and it has counterattack. Now, you're thinking, you'll be thinking later on if I don't explain this now, if you just rest it, you're good, right? It's an Excel Blade, Blade Dancer, and weapon, which is not kind. I'll tell you that much. It's not fun. So the next thing is the impact. Pinnacle of Aya Godspeed. And I have to turn my head to fucking read this. You may only cast this card if you are being attacked and you are equipped with an Excel Blade is stood. And if the equipped item is stood, pretty much. Pay 1 gauge and 1 life. Nullify the attack. This is at counter speed. Nullify an attack. Then, for this turn, nullify the abilities of all cards, all attacking cards, and destroy them. If you destroy any, deal 3 damage to your opponent. This is the most bullshit thing because it punishes you for playing the game, and Buddy Fight should not have that happen. Okay, so apparently just the world doesn't like me. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. So for some reason during the part where I was explaining Kirozane, my intro failed. So I don't know what the fuck happened because I recorded a whole thing afterwards. So I have to kind of redo that part. So we're gonna talk about Kirozane. I have to pull his fucking image up again because I'm not professional. I just kind of started talking without fucking thinking, and now here I am panicking, trying to find this fucking image. Alright, so, Kirozane. Pace. He's a 6,000 attack, 1,000 defense, 2 crit, size 2. Alright, call cost. Pay 1 gauge, put the top card of your deck into Soul. At the start of each player's turn, or at the beginning of each player's attack phase, if you are equipped with an Excel Blade, is stood, destroy a card on your opponent's field. If you do, you gain 2 life and deal 2 damage. He has double attack and soul guard. He is also a blade dancer. That's important. He is bullshit. He is very bullshit. He's not fun. I don't like him. I hope he dies. This is basically the biggest burn deck in the game, and I'm a big fan of burn decks. But when your life total is 10, this should not be a thing. Hell, in Magic, your life is 20, and it's a much harder game to burn your opponent out. And even then, I think it's a bit unfair to your opponent. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the all-purpose way of dealing with these decks, alright? First off, you want to nullify and destroy the ability of the sword. If you can do that, you win the game. Your opponent cannot do shit, and you just gotta kill him that turn. His entire deck pretty much relies on the fact that this sword is on the field. If it is off the field, they're fucked. Okay? The next one would be stopping field destruction. If you can prevent your own cards from being destroyed by the effects, you're fine. Alright, if you can prevent from Kurogane's destruction effect, you're fine. Prevent from the impact, you're fine. But there's one card that's all purpose. It's for Lost World. I'm just gonna mention it here. It's on screen. It nullifies and destroys at the same time. You want to run this in your Lost World deck out of 4 of. Like, I don't even care what deck you're playing against. This is just an all-round good card. I believe it was available in the starter deck. I'm not positive. I can't remember. So yeah, that's what you want. All right, we're gonna get to my deck of choice because I want to do that first. And I hope you guys forgive me for sucking at making videos. Oh god. So well, that was a weird looking thing on my Audacity. I had to take a day break pretty much because my audio is just terrible. So I have to kind of record these things in parts. So I'm just going to keep going. All right. This is what I can do. I apologize. So we're going to be talking about Folktale. Folktale, their ways of dealing with this deck are Schwartz Hexen. It's a handy tool and it stops your size 3s from being destroyed from counterattack and the impact. To deal with the buddy destroying your monsters, or the buddy destroying the monsters, you want to destroy them yourself with cards like Hexen Ceremony, Wonder Princess, the counterattack or the counter ability of the size 3s, any real destruction effects. But make sure you have soul in your item and never attack your opponent directly with the item or else it will be destroyed by the impact, because the impact will nullify the ability and then destroy it. You have the item attack the buddy because it has enough power to kill it. And hopefully you want to use the triple attacking dragon to get rid of the soul of the buddy so that on the next turn he doesn't have access to it, hopefully. But that's the hope. We never know how those things go. All right, so we're going to move on to the next deck. So, yeah. All right, the next deck is Electro Deities. So this one was a bit trickier at first, like I thought it was going to be, but then I looked at it and said, no, it's not. So you want to use Celestial Arts Returning Water. It's a good option in general to destroy a monster that is going to die already. That's just how you deal with the buddy for the most part. But Electro Deities have City Center Takamahara, something like that. Plus, your item itself cannot be destroyed as long as you're possessed or whatever, because the item is its own ability in the soul and cannot be dropped from soul as long as you're possessed and your opponent can't do much, They can nullify the abilities of your monster, but it's the thing underneath it that's causing the effects. It's a whole stacking thing, and it's real annoying, and yeah. Okay, next deck, we got Astro Dragons. Astro Dragons has an amazing new card, Star Guidance Cross Astrologia. This is the new one that came out, if I'm correct. Once you've got Galaxy F in place, you're set. But you can screw this up by having Cross attack your opponent directly. That is the opposite of what you want to do, because the abilities will be nullified and it will be destroyed. Attack with the other cards and have Cross deal with the buddy and other board monsters, but don't risk losing your only defense to that. Also, the new bow will be helpful for that as well. I prefer the triple attacking bow, but this bow provides some defense on its own, so it's well worth considering, just to run. All right, Link Dragon Order. First tip would be quick to something, Suma something that's on the screen. Because of the defense to stop the counterattack from the item, get it over 6,000 no matter what. If it isn't, don't attack the player. Be aware that D-Share is an ability, so if it's nullified, you lose that. But the item Order's Axe, Wild Axe, can prevent the ability from being nullified, so that's a good suggestion. Keen Ear Jissen? God, my handwriting's awful. He stops destruction effects, so yeah, handy. Another monster suggestion is the new Robust Ton, because he stops the abilities from being nullified in case you can't spare an item slot. That's a personal preference. So you're going to be bouncing between Order Axe, Wild Axe, and Robust Ton, depending on your way. I think the Axe is the better go-to, though. Alright. Deity Gargantua Dragon, the fucking Dragon World one, okay? Deity Dragon Sword Garkiss, the fucking dagger. It stops your Dragods and the item from being destroyed and abilities nulled. So, just handy. Yes, you lose your size 1s and non-Garga cards pretty much, but even if it's just a chance, I would suggest Gargobond, just to stop the destructions, I guess. Or Dragobond, sorry, not Gargobond. Dragobond, Drago Bond is a good suggestion just because it'll help keep things from dying. There's a new card coming out in Triple Punisher, Full of Freedom Garbert, because he can be called at counter speed, and if it's destroyed, gain a gauge and a life. So what you'll do with this kind of idea is you'll enter your attack phase with the item and just Garga on the field, which will trigger his effect of the buddy to go off, and then he has nothing to target because nothing can die. Then what you'll do is you'll call Garbert at counter speed, and then he's probably going to die from the impact or the counter attack, but you're going to get a gauge and a life off of it, so it's fine. All right, ninjas. Ninjas is actually was the hardest one. I spent fucking hours on this. Don't know if that will show up in the recording or not. Hold up. Sorry about that. Just dog was being loud. So ninjas is a kind of trickier one to deal with because you have to combo things and it can go wrong really, really fast. All right, it's more of a hope and pray sort of thing when you're playing ninjas. My suggestions: Art of Truancy. It helps stop some destruction until your opponent realizes that Art of Truancy doesn't protect itself, which is dumb. The new weapon, Deity Dragon Gargauntlet, is in a similar situation where it protects your monsters but not itself. So if you have both of them on the field, your opponent can only target one of them. They'll probably choose Art of Truancy, to be honest. But at least you'll have the gauntlets. If you have just the gauntlets out, do not have them attack your opponent directly. Have it attack the buddy, alright? Have Garga deal with the rest. You want replicating Garga for this for sure, because they're all drag gods and will be protected by the item. Okay, so the next one would be Hade's Flame Style Art of Fire Manipulation. It's a good option. It's kind of... It's just, you gotta accept the fact your set spell will die and ninjas will have an issue. But Hade's is like the best thing. I've gone through all the spells and all the cards that would be relevant for this deck. Let me tell you, it fucking took forever. I was going a bit crazy. I ain't got shit. This is the best you can do. If anyone finds some tech I'm missing, please comment and I'll pin it so everyone can see. It would be great help. Alright. I'm gonna pause real fast. Okay. So, we got the worst 3 lineups of decks because they drive me fucking crazy. Alright, we got Mats, Battle Buildings, and Cosmo Man. We'll start with Mats, okay, because they're nice and easy. Aside from the fact that you win on the first turn if you go first, just run Nanami Lisa. This chick who's on the screen, get the hell out of here. She stops destruction and ability nullification. It's that simple. You just got her on the field, have her with a soul. You're good. You're fine. There you go. All right, Battle Buildings. Sky 3 is handy because its attack can't be nullified if it's attacking alone, which is what the impact would do, because I believe it nullifies first. I don't have the card right in front of me at this very moment. I apologize. Simul Lock-On would be a good choice because of the fact it stops destruction of your battle buildings. But remember not to attack your opponent with this card. And Tomac, or to make sure it has souls. But either way, you can call it counter speed with the set spell. So since you're doing that, you'll just wear your opponent down with constant strings of attacks. Alright, now we have fucking Cosmo Man. Cosmo Barrier will help against the burn damage that both the buddy and the impact will do to you. But Galaxy Defense Team, Far East Space is the best bet because it stops destruction and ability null, but can be destroyed itself by the buddy. That's all I can suggest for Cosmo. That's the best text I got. If anyone has them, again, please say that. I will pin it. I will do my best. And I will fucking make an update video if I need to or something. I don't know. Dimensional Dragons, first off, you just want to get into Lost World ASAP with this deck, so it really... You don't need to care too much. As long as you're going into Lost World, you're winning, okay? De-Scapegoat helps with the counter killing so that you gain benefits in your opponent, and your opponent It helps just gain you benefits. All right, it's good. Whoops. Hi, Future Will here in the editing studio. Realized I messed up on something while reading or editing this. D-Scapegoat is not at counter speed, so I don't really have any suggestions for this stuff. It's my fault. My apologies. Sorry. It's good. But since your deck relies on things dying anyway, I don't think you really need to worry too much, because you're going to gain effects anyway. Oh, you're killing my monster I was going to kill anyway? Sweet! You just saved me from using this card I needed. You know? Alright, I guess we'll talk about God Punks, who I love. Don't want to play against them, but I like the fact that they exist. So this is easy. This is the easiest one after fucking mats, okay? The impact costs 1 gauge, 1 life. Make sure they don't have it. Kurogane costs a gauge. Don't allow them to have it. You're going first, you're going to get rid of all that gauge anyway, and they only have 1 to work with unless they use Clear Serenity. Alright? But, Brawl Zeus, because you can target the weapon and poof, it's gone. You're not destroying, you're not resting, you're not returning, nothing. Just getting rid of it. It's honestly this is the best removal card in the game. And that's annoying for many reasons. Like, it should be run in any Danger World deck just because of that. Ugh. Alright, Drag Metals. Drag Metals kind of suck because you have to really combo things. You have to do there's this combo to remove Kurogane's soul, then bounce to hand with the new Gambit. That's something. Seiji Kaido Defense is a good way to prevent monster destruction. So, yeah. Another suggestion involves 2 of the bishops to avoid the counterattack of the item killing you, because they give, I think it's like 3,000 power or 3,000 defense, so that's just handy. Besides that, you just play the deck as you would normally. Like, you just gotta oppress. Be the oppressors. And we've already gone over Lost World somewhat. We already talked about the random someone hit their hand on the table or the keyboard card. You know, he's just staple. You need it. The other one would be Vanity Cells to stop damage from impacts. I mean, dimensional jamming, because your opponent needs the impact, and if you can limit their hand, it'll help. But besides that, that's really it. So I really do hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope I can get it out in a reasonable time, because we got Buddy Help. It's going to be starting eventually. I don't know the exact date or anything or any information. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get this out in maybe another video soon. I plan on doing another one of these on how to beat mats next. And then I'm going to be doing a lot of playtesting against Drag Metals, so I can do a video on that. So if you guys enjoy these videos and actually want to suggest other decks for me to do this kind of thing on, leave comments and I will check them out, and I'll let you know if I decide to make them or not. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.